Oh, it does say live. Your Facebook picture's in the way of the live button. Hello, guys. Welcome back to One versus One Me. I'm Cakes, and that there is D. And how are y'all? Y'all? I can't pull off y'all.
Y'all?
Y'all.
Are we American now?
Y'all.
Hello, folks.
Dang tootin'.
How's it going? Yeah, it's a bit of versus today. Yeah.
I just want to point out, because Vlad said fucking hilarious title, I think so, I get it, and we didn't mean what you think. I say we, D didn't mean what you think. I had nothing to do with the title, because I'm lazy. Yeah, we had, it's not what you think.
Well, and that's if you got it right, that you are right in what he thinks.
That's true. That is true. But it's essentially because D is tired and he could not think of a better title.
Well, we had nothing to talk about either, so I didn't really have anything to go on tonight. So
no, we don't. Yeah. Let's say hello to everyone. So hello, Vlad. Hello, Some Spread Lies. Hello, Chris. And hello, Jed. How is everybody? How are you guys? D's tired. I'm not too bad. I'm all right. I made a Sunday dinner. Had a bath. I watched some telly. And I finished off my basket, which you guys don't know about, but I think D knows about it. I finished it.
Yeah,
I just need. Well, I just need to glue gun some more plastic. Oh no, you do know, because I showed you last night. I showed you. Are you guys? Right, let's try again. So the basket that I showed you guys with my cat in it yesterday on Jed's toilet. It's not gonna not be funny. That was a basket that I'd woven myself this week. So you'll be seeing a sped up, speedy video of that sometime in this week on my channel. Not this channel. What are you doing?
I was trying to get the banners up, but yeah, no, I can't. I couldn't get the banners to go up. It was just going through the banners. So that's like, yeah. Oh yeah, I was just trying to put the not for kids one first. Yeah.
Not for kids. There you go. I did it.
This is not for kids. Yeah.
So I'll have to get a piece of paper for when we have technical difficulties and just have pieces of paper and sticks. We'll be very low tech when the high tech fails us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, again, the title isn't what you might have thought it was, Vlad. It is literally just that Chuckles here was sleepy.
Yeah, I was feeling like I say versus because like I say we had nothing to say, and I'm not feeling at all peppy tonight. I'm definitely very blur. Like I said, I've tried to cheer myself up today and get a bit. I've made a geode and everything, but just yeah.
Vlad says he's feeling great, no hangover at all. No, I wasn't hungover. I was a bit sleepy this morning, but that's because we went to bed at 4:30 in the morning. I rewatched the last bit of I say rewatched. I watched the rest of the toilet this morning, and then at the end, like 20 minutes of just being Vlad, and Vlad looked so confused. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay. At the end, it was just Jed, VB, and Vlad, and VB left, and Jed was like, "Right, I'm going to end the stream here," and Jed disappeared, and it was just Vlad sitting there on his own for like 20 minutes, half an hour, just like, I don't know what's happening. Jed, where have you gone? Sorry, well worth the watch. Jed says he never shut down properly. I can see that.
Yeah.
Vlad was trying to put the link in the chat so that people could join him, not realizing that if he doesn't have a spanner, he can't post a link.
Well, not only that, he wouldn't have been able to add them anyway, because they come in backstage, and he wouldn't have been able to add them from backstage. Only the host can do that. It's like right now, because I'm hosting on my phone, I'm the only one that can add people. So yeah.
You are. Yeah, you are. That is true. Vlad, but I wasn't confused. I was thinking of what I could do. You said, and
Yeah.
I quote, Jed, what have you done? How have you done this? Where have you gone? If that's not confusion, you got the who, the what, and the how there. Like,
Should
sorry,
track
the
your
who, the
guitar
what, and the
out.
where. Oh God! Please don't ever get your guitar out. Honestly, my ears bled so hard. Like my ears were not happy with the guitar. With the guitar. Have you
Go,
frozen,
Damien.
or are you just?
No, not frozen. I just sit still. I'm sorry. I can't help it.
All right, John, calm down. So last night I think everybody who's in everybody who except for some spread lies. I didn't see him last night, but everybody who's here at the moment that I could see was there last night. And at the beginning of the stream, before Jed allowed all of us drunken wrecks on the stream, he was talking about the is it the Oscars? Don't think it's the Oscars. The Grammys?
Yeah, there's
No. The people in the awards places, we'll do it that way.
I think he went through a few award places at one point. Like,
yeah, who were complaining that there wasn't enough black people getting awards, and then he was saying,
yeah.
but yeah, I'm sure if Will Smith made a good film, then Will Smith would get an award. And I wanted to talk about this, but Vlad wouldn't shut the fuck up. Let me get a word in edgewise. Sorry, I'm repositioning my butt. No, that was a joke. There wasn't. We didn't go back to that. Once everybody was on the panel, we didn't go back to one of the things that they're talking about. And it, in my mind, if you look at it like demographically, there are more white actors and actresses than there are of different cultures, of different colours, if you will. So of course there's going to be less people of different colours. That's not the right way to say that, is that? Don't like politically correct police me. But it just means that because there's less, let's just go with black, there's less black people in show business than there are white people. There's obviously going to be less black people getting awards than white people, because that's just how it works.
Not being funny, like, why are they bitching and moaning about not getting Oscars and nominated enough when there's so many roles you're seeing that black actors are getting where it was clearly never intended for a black actor? It's a complete white role. Like, I mean,
That's
this
what I was
happened
about
so many times with this reverse fucking racism bullshit.
Yeah. So sorry, carry on.
So yeah, can't they be happy with taking what roles that were made for white people?
Sure. And exactly. No, that's what I was going to say. I mean, I'm watching a show at the moment called Once Upon a Time. It's about fairy tale and like Snow White and Disney kind of things, real life, and it's better than Disney. But I got to sort of series 4, I think, out of, I don't know how many series there are because I haven't watched it all yet. But I got to series 4, and all of a sudden there was Rapunzel. Now, Rapunzel, as we know, has long blonde hair. Who was at the top of the tower? A black woman with brown hair. That's not like that. That's to me not okay. And I've just got to the beginning of series 5. What does Merlin look like? You know, the Sword in the Stone with Arthur.
Oh, what you mean back in the Middle Ages when, if you were lucky, you might see a Moor if you went on the Crusades?
No, I mean the fairy tale Merlin.
Yeah, Merlin, like
depicted in Disney. What colour and what does Merlin look like?
Well, he's an old white man with a nice long white beard.
Right. In here, it's a young black man with no beard. So you can't even say, by Merlin's beard. You can't even say that because he's a black guy with no beard. And it's, if I was black, I think I would be more offended at being put into a white role and have people go, well, that's not how Merlin looks. Do you know what I mean? Because in this, Snow White has brown hair and she's white. Prince Charming has blonde hair and he's white. The Evil Queen has like very, very dark brown hair and she's white. That's how it was in the fairy tale. So why are they changing things to pander to things? I don't understand. But then not to sound like VB,
Well,
but it's also with the woman thing as well, with the female Ghostbusters. It's like we're pandering
oh,
to groups to change things
that
where
was
they're
just,
supposed to. Why is
yeah,
the
that was an
Doctor?
absolute joke.
Why is Doctor Who a woman?
I wish I don't even, didn't even know that.
Doctor Who's a woman now. Yeah.
No, yeah, ridiculousness. It's just the agenda pushing its way through. I mean, it's what happens. Oh, Annie, yeah, Annie as well was they turned into a black girl, didn't they, in live action?
Yeah.
The Little Mermaid, I'm not aware of though.
They did a Black Little Mermaid, and Ursula in Once Upon a Time as well. She's black for some reason. I don't understand. To be fair though, she was purple. So
So it's okay for purple things to be portrayed by black people.
yeah, you
Well,
heard it here
maybe this is
first.
it. Maybe. Well, this is it's kind of. I'm blaming black people for the whole black thing. Like, get more creative, black people. Start writing your own fairy tales and stories and shit where you are the star roles, and then make films
Yeah,
about them. Stop nicking all the fucking ones that aren't yours, you bastards.
but there are fairy tales that have got like look at Mulan. I mean, I know that the Mulan's not black, but it's still a culturally diverse. It's still adding cultural diversity to Disney. But her Mulan story is set where she's from. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
China.
obviously she's not good. Yeah, so obviously she's not going to be white. And the same with Pocahontas. Like, how pissed off do people get when people dress? Like, how pissed off do people get when people dress up as Pocahontas? When white people dress up as Pocahontas for Halloween?
I,
Have you not seen it?
I
Oh, okay.
do they?
Well, there's
Sorry, for me,
there's
Cowboys and Indians was one of the go-tos as a child. So
there's this whole cultural appropriation thing at Halloween. So you're not supposed to dress up if you're white. You're not supposed to dress up in anything kind of tribally. You're not supposed to like my dreadlocks. When I have my dreadlocks in, that's cultural appropriation because white people can't have dreadlocks. What if I didn't have a brush? My hair naturally dreads. What if I didn't have a brush? Hmm? Hmm? Exactly. Um, let's just catch up. If it's a fairy tale, then it can be anything. I don't think it should because it's pandering and it's that's what some spread lies and others know the truth. Who is who said if it's a fairy tale, then it can be anything, and I don't think that it can. I don't think that it should. I think
well,
that
no, fair enough. If it's not specifically kind of specified or implied in the beforehand story, fair enough. You can switch it up, but there are definite roles that are clearly for white people, only for white people. The character could only be white, but yet we're getting black and male characters being turned into female characters, and
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
if a story is being told in the 1500s in France, that person should be white. If a story is being told in the 1500s in um, Africa, that person should be black. Like, that's just
but they wouldn't
how it
be either.
is.
Though
Like,
they'd be the off brown color, like they wouldn't get a proper African black person in a African fairy tale.
The Little Mermaid, yeah. Sorry, I'm just catching up here. It's for the up and coming generations. That's all programming. They hijacked European stories. I don't think they did hijack European stories. That's the thing. I've never met a black person and they've said there should be more of this and there should be more of that. I feel like it's the white politically correct police. I don't think it's the black people. I think it's white people trying to push push this on the little guys like us to try and segregate more. I don't think it's a black agenda. I don't think it's that. I think it's we need to have more cultural diversity so that the black people don't get crossed. That's what I think it is.
It could very well be, yeah, the part of the snowflake agenda more than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, how's it going, Jez? And how's it going, Paul? We're going to tell all you yet
Yeah.
either.
Guys. Female Jesus.
He's not lost either, Jez. He's just got to look round. It's like he's managed to find titles for his videos now, like by just looking around a little bit. He's found something that
Copying
says
out.
verses and added it to titles of his videos. Like, I mean, where he found that idea, I don't know.
No idea. It's a mystery.
Not doing drama anymore. Stop it.
Behave. Jez, behave.
Oh yeah, I saw you was on COD earlier, but yeah, like I said, Jez, I can't watch the games. It's not me. But I'll support you when you're doing anything else.
Lee's here. Hello, Lee.
Yo, how's it going, Lee?
Can you imagine a black ghost in the dark? Some things will never change, lol. All in fun. Yeah. You had to come off. Jad, the red light. Come on. What? I don't understand.
The red light. Don't know.
Okay. Skeleton's gone on an adventure.
No, don't know. Maybe I overheated or something. It's a Xbox man, yeah.
Yeah, I have a PlayStation, but I only use it for Netflix. So my Xbox is there, and my 3DS, and my DS Lite, and my Xbox 360.
No,
Red light of death came on. Oh.
Huh?
The red light of death. Yeah, we used to get the red ring of death on the.
Oh yeah,
do you remember
on the 360, right?
And around the power button on the 360 would normally be lit in green, and then when your Xbox was dead, it would go red. I didn't know that still happened, because PlayStation comes up with a warning if your PlayStation's about to overheat. It's like your PS4 is about to overheat. We're turning it off now. And you're like, oh, all right then.
I was going to say, well, I know that a good thing to do is a lot of people don't check the actual power pack. They just clean out the fans on the machine itself, but the power pack is fanned as well, so you need to clean out all that as well.
PlayStation doesn't have a power pack. Neither does the One S. The Xbox One doesn't have a power pack either.
And you wonder why these machines have problems.
Well, the person died there.
Because they want to make more money from your broken machines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, I might be about to watch you if you go live doing your car tomorrow. I'll go into the machine yard first. All right.
Yeah, the weather's been really bad over here. There's been loads of like trees just like picked up and launched by the hand of God.
Not seen anything like that. I've had a few bins go flying and stuff, but yeah, I'm lucky to be going live because I have had a couple of power cuts today. Oh, and that's another thing, guys. We will probably only be live for about 10:30 tonight because that's about our limit on StreamYard. So yeah, we reached our limit.
We have. This is true. This is why we stick to a time, and all you guys are like, no, stay on longer.
Whoever's holding on.
Well, no, to be fair, like I say, it wouldn't be this bad if I didn't stream on my channel as well. It's just I've got my channel and this channel linked into the same one. So
yeah.
Like I said, I'd probably just end up paying for it.
Yeah, he's walking.
Yeah.
He's hiding behind the fucking building.
That's not English. I was looking at we have a Discord for our clan on Xbox, and one of our clan mates had told us that they've got tornado warnings up in Cambridge. So that's quite scary because we don't often get tornadoes. Although there was a tornado the day I was born.
Apparently, we're more tornadoes per square mile here than in Tornado Alley in America. Apparently, whether that's one of those old wives' tales I've picked up, but yeah, we get
never seen a
they're
tornado
just not as
in my
big
life.
and fierce over here, so they don't do the damage. They're not noticed as much.
Do they mean the little ones on the ground where it picks up a few leaves and then goes away?
No, actual tornadoes.
No, I don't believe you. But yeah, there's a tornado warning up in Cambridge. Where I am, we have severe weather warnings for wind, and Dan was just saying that there was loads of fences that have been blown over, satellite dishes off roofs are all in the middle of the wall, middle of the floor, and loads of like the telephone wires are like broken and just like flailing everywhere. It's crazy. Like the wind is insane. The wind blew open my son's window last night. Yeah.
I said, don't get me wrong, it's been bad here, but like I said, all I've heard is a few bins going flying. Nothing major. I probably might hear more in the next few days, right? But
it's blown open our gate. Loads of fences are everywhere. If it wasn't for the main road behind me, we would be trapped because there's a tree down just on the road over there, and there's a tree down just over there as well. So if it wasn't for the massive, great big main road where no tree would block that motherfucker, then we'd be trapped here. We'd have to like climb over a tree to get out. It's fucking insane. I think we had like 50-kilometer winds earlier, which I do you know when somebody tells you your wind speed and I don't know how to gauge that. I mean, I played Nintendo Golf and I just knew that the low winds was the best winds to get a hole in one, you know.
50 is not a lot.
Is it not?
I would have thought it would have been more than that.
Through?
I'd have thought we'd be up to like 100, maybe a little bit less than that, but I wouldn't have thought.
Well, the highest is 97 kilometers. In England at the moment, and also Dan was telling me earlier that the wind between America and England is so strong right now. They broke the record for flying from America to England today because the wind was pushing the plane. The plane was 2 hours early because of how much it pushed the plane.
The flat earthers will be all over that one.
Let's catch up here. Gaming, limits, graphics, gaming. It's called wind. Thank you, some spread lies.
No, you're a grand will get you an awesome gaming PC because that's what I spent on mine, Jez. I mean, obviously, if you want an amazing, like top-notch one, yeah, you're gonna have to pay more. But mine is very decent.
I have an Xbox. But yeah, I just thought that was crazy. 2 hours quick.
Yeah, was it quicker than the record, or just 2 hours early, and that made it
2 hours early, and it beat the record? I don't know how. Let's have a look. Yeah,
you'll have to. I have no access to my PC at the moment because the monitor's gone.
Where's it gone?
Downstairs. It's back in the kitchen as a TV for me mum.
Okay, here we go. Right, I've got the thing. Right, Storm. Is it Sierra? Kiara?
CIARA, something like that. I don't know.
Yes, Sierra. Sierra. We'll just call it that. Fast track
Sierra starts with an S, as far as I'm concerned.
Kiara,
if anything. Korea.
Storm 2. Fast track plane flying from JFK to Heathrow in under 5 hours, breaking the record. There aren't many things that can ruin a day quicker, blah, blah, blah. I don't really care about all of that. Just tell me. So it flew 4 hours and 56 minutes. What was the average flight time? Is 6 hours and 13 minutes. Oh, okay. So it beat the record by like 15 minutes. The previous record was 5 hours and 13 minutes. The previous record was 5 hours and 13 minutes. This record was 4 minutes and 56 seconds. I'm gonna stab a bitch. You. The Rothschild produced the doors. The wind was pushing the plane. They should have turned the engines off. Could have saved some of the jet fuel. I was assumed
What?
it's just
Jets
petrol.
don't run on fuel, they run on compressed air, don't be silly.
Just loads of fat old men farting.
Go look into that conspiracy yourself. Yeah, no compressed air theory.
There's just at some point you have to just say no.
Oh,
There's
there you
too
go.
many conspiracies. Stop being ridiculous.
Yeah. So I just seen the chat pop up with Jez talking about it. Yeah, they don't use fuel; they run on the air.
Uh-huh. I don't believe that. I need to see some merit behind that.
Yeah, you'd have to go and look into that yourself. Not look massively into it. I think they basically base it on the fact that there's not enough room on the plane for the amount of fuel they claim to use and stuff, and nobody thinks you can actually put double-decker buses onto plane wings without them falling off. And there's other bits as well, but yeah.
And if a plane runs on air, then why can't a car run on air?
Because people who invent engines that run on stuff other than petrol get killed and their machines disappear. No, see, honestly, I mean, you can run a car on water. You just need to get water into a state where it's combustible. That's it. So it's not a massively difficult thing to do. It's just hard.
I think the thing with conspiracy theories is that you either need to capture loads of people's families and hold them hostage so that you won't tell all the secrets, or you need to pay them a fuckload of money. There's too many people working at an airport for this to not be common knowledge, and there's too many people that work on planes for this to not be common knowledge, and too many people that ride on planes and see people filling it up with fuel. And I just
cry of the mainstream. Unfortunately, at the moment, that is, it's like it's always too big to possibly be a conspiracy. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, for me, yeah, the whole jet fuel thing, I'm not sold on that one myself, but I don't know.
I mean, with the amount of small planes and people who own and rent small planes, I can't see that being feasible. Like how many people in the UK have a pilot's license? Let's have a look.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not sure this extends to like small planes and stuff. I think this is on a commercial level. I think it's basically they need the fuel to start the engines and get it taken off, but once it's in the air, it runs on the air running through the engines, basically. So, I think that's somehow it is. I've oversimplified it. I know I have, but yeah. Oh, I just watched the Nutfucks documentary on Apollo 11. I've not watched that one. What fucking joke! New footage that proves even more they never landed on the moon. Yeah, that one surprised me. Although actually, Netflix, what was it I watched the other day? Dunkirk, awesome movie. Even got a little tear from me.
Wow, that doesn't happen often.
No, it doesn't.
How many people have a jet? I imagine quite a few people have a jet.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I imagine quite a lot of people own jets. Granted, the majority of them are going to be very wealthy, but if you look into the space thing and the NASA thing, that has some merit because there's not many people in NASA, so they could be paid off quite a lot, but with the amount of airports.
See, right, with these big things, yeah, like NASA is easy to fool people because it's compartmentalized. The arse doesn't know what the elbow is doing. Yeah, with the whole fuel industry, I think it's a bit more because you've got people filling up the jets before they go to. Now it's fuel they're sticking in. They can do the maths. They know it's fuel it's going to take to get where they're going, and but apparently they dump fuel before they land as well. Planes, because obviously if they crash, if they got fuel in the engines, there's more chance of it blowing up. So I think they dump fuel before they land and stuff. I don't. It's a whole big conspiracy. You have to go look into it yourself. Like I say, yeah. The fuel is in back of the plane. Well, I didn't
I just
weep at the movie. I wept to the fact they finally made something fucking decent. Yeah. But yeah, no, all right. I suppose I kind of did. The feelings got to me. Yeah, but you come on, Star
I
Wars.
cry all
I've
the
been called
time.
Eternal Padawan. You know how deeply that runs in me.
I don't even know what Padawan means.
It's the learner. It's the Jedi's like
The learner,
pupil. Yeah,
the student,
yeah,
the learner.
the learner. So I'm an eternal learner. Yes, that is the secret of Eternal Padawan.
Yeah, the wings are obviously only a counterweight. Otherwise, surely it would just spin uncontrollably. Like the engines have got to go on some way. And I think they'd just
You've
end up.
watched too many cartoons, didn't you, where they spin the propeller and the propeller stays still and the plane starts spinning.
No, I think without the
No,
wings.
no, I get you. No.
Like I've been in a
Yeah,
canoe where like the other people aren't paying their weight and you just go around in circles. Like I understand how that works. Or you have too much weight on one side. So the wings being a counterweight does make perfect sense. I just can't see this fuel thing being a real. I just.
so
Why would
I wouldn't put anything past they. But yeah, again, this is not one that's like up on my list of this is definitely what they're doing. Like,
but why? Why would they do that?
I can't think of a reason, and my brain's not coming up with a reason that's been pitched to me for why they do that. Money, I imagine it saves a hell of a lot of money. So they you're paying for what you think is a lot of fuel when you're paying for your ticket, but you're not. So them could be making a lot of money that way.
Look at the wings, all the wires and machine flaps. That's all the wings gone. So where's the room for the fuel? For the furl. Sorry.
Fuel, yeah, yeah. He's got big fingers as
apologise.
well, so like trying to type on a fucking keyboard. He's always like that. Fucking jazz, terrible. But I'm like
Oh, he
that
did
when I'm
mean
on the
fuel.
phone.
Oh, is this a part of a plane that I don't know? I mean, there's many parts.
No, there's not. I don't think there's any part of a plane called the Furl. Yeah.
I'm going. But no, I didn't think they filled up in the wing anyway. They fill up in the side of the plane. I don't know. I've only been on a plane a few times. They terrify me. People shouldn't fly. So Jamie doesn't think he needs to apologise to anyone, even UK, because he said he was just being truthful.
Well, then he obviously hasn't listened to anything I've been telling him for the past few months about self-responsibility and standing up and owning your mistakes. So.
And he obviously doesn't understand the power that people's words can have and the betrayal that people can feel. You know, like, I'm not upset with his comment. What I was upset with was that the comment came from him, somebody who's supposed to be my friend, and we were supposed to be helping each other. His comment hurt me because we were friends, and friends shouldn't treat other friends like that. I felt like I was thrown under a fat bus, you know, like he obviously doesn't understand. Well, I just have to go
Not
into
being funny. I think most everyone here has seen his Philip Schofield video. You made me watch it, and I think that shows his mental level. Basically,
yeah,
just go watch that,
that
and you'll like everything will click into place. It will be like, oh fuck's sake.
See, my son wouldn't even speak like that, and he's 7. You know, my son wouldn't even. I mean, he wouldn't know what that is, and he wouldn't. He doesn't know. He doesn't. My son doesn't know what sexual acts are. But my son wouldn't make fun of another man for kissing another man or hugging another man. You know, because it's none of his fucking business. Cakes. It's all deceptive. No one person knows everything. Each person is responsible for one thing. Easy to hide lies. I guess Jamie is a mongo and a liar. He said he's happy to just let the whole thing go. He's a child with child's mentality. He's a player.
Well,
He's in it
of
for the
course he's-
cash. That's it. And
Of course he's happy to let. It's like, yeah, of course he wants to let things go because he's in the wrong and he hasn't done the things that need to be done to get back in the right. So of course he wants to let things go because that would stop him having to do the things that need to be done to set things right, which is incapable of processing in his brain, unfortunately.
And I'm not going to say publicly the things that he needs to do because that's easier for him to get off the hook. Oh, okay, so that's what I've got to do. I'm going to go and do it. It won't be heartfelt. It will just be so that he can get back in with us. He needs to work it out on his own. And he needs to change a lot and stop stealing our title format, motherfucker. Yeah, he could get off benefits then. Needs to tell them he's earning. Yeah, Jez, I highly doubt that he has declared himself as self-employed, which you need to do when you're monetized. No matter how much you earn, you have to still declare yourself. Even if you earn £1, you have to declare that. And he uses I assume he uses his real name, so it won't be difficult for people to do checks. You know, we're not monetized.
He's shown his passport up at screen before, so yeah.
Oh really? That's not good. He's not happy about the roast video as it might affect the money he can make on his channel. He's not bothered about what you said. No.
Yeah, no. It's clear that all he cares about is money. Literally, that's yeah.
Yeah, it is all yeah. Definitely. He doesn't care about anybody else. Like, he steps all over things. And correct me if I'm wrong, but Conspiracy Cat still hasn't launched that video, right?
I don't think it ever will get released, though, because it's not been finished. He released another video. He released a video the other day that can't even remember what it was about, but yeah. Oh, so Jamie Brown's not his real name then?
We'll have to phone.
What is it? Sorry.
We'll group
Jamie
chat in a
Lee
bit.
Brown.
We'll group chat in a bit if that's all right with you, Jess. We'll group call. How long have we got? Cool, we're only on.
Yeah, we got just under an hour.
Yeah. And if he wasn't happy about the roast, then that's his problem. I have no regrets. Now, I did it first because I have a heart and I felt bad.
Yeah, you did. You phoned me up like the day, maybe 2 days after, saying I feel really shit, fuck's sake. And then
I'm a nice person.
Yeah.
I'm a big person, and I was worried that I'd upset him. But this much time has passed now. He can't be upset by our words because this much time has passed. He has to only, if he is upset, it's because of any potential damage that we could have done, which wasn't our intention to do any potential damage. Our intention was, well, my intention was telling him that he was a dick to me and that he needs to own up to being a dick to me. But everybody on our panel had our own different reasons. But and I think I stopped feeling bad when he monetized off his dead grandma. That's when I stopped feeling bad.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest with you.
Fucking hell, Jez, you're a stalker, mate.
Cool. Well, we'll phone you in a bit. We'll phone you after.
Talk to you after this if you want that.
Fucking sleuth. I ain't gonna get on the wrong side of you.
See, this is the thing with the old internet. People think they're safe. There ain't no one safe on the old internet, so you best make sure you fucking happy with everything that you've ever done on it. Or at least be able to stand up and say, yep, fuck it, that was me. What a twat I was.
I didn't do porn, don't worry. There was no porn involved. I said to Dee before we started as well that Freeze obviously watched one of our videos because she's blocked my Cakes Tries account now, so I can't see her typing in Jamie's chat either.
Oh no, what a shame, you're gonna miss all those pearls of wisdom.
Hey Mick, how are you?
Oh, that's not popped up on my chat yet, but hey mate.
But yeah, so his Philip Schofield video did really
People that keep chatting on.
I was flabbergasted that he
I
would
still
come out.
can't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I still don't get it. Like, if that was him being serious,
Couldn't start
Like,
again, or
I
what
don't get
angle
it.
was he coming?
If that was him being some kind of jokey thing, I don't get it. Yeah.
Because I mean, if it was it definitely wasn't an English dry humor thing. Definitely wasn't a sarcastic thing. It was like it wasn't like meh, Philip Schofield sucks dick. It wasn't like that. It was a it was a
It was like he was talking to a 10-year-old, him being 10 himself, and going, guess what? Guess what? People are gay. And guess what? Guess what gay people do? Suck each other's cocks. That's what I don't know. It just it blew my mind. It blew my mind.
and I mean, we know what he was trying to achieve with it, and we know what he's achieved with it. I think personally,
he'd be loving it. Yeah.
I think he's going to be very. Oh wait, did you see that he's copied you as well?
What?
Responding to my last video, responding to the comments on my last video was the title of his video a couple of days ago.
That's like a pretty commonly used title, to be fair. But
it is.
But mine was in response to my response, so yeah.
But look at. So you had a video that did very, very well. Last I checked, it was at 2.5 thousand views, and then shortly after.
3,000 now.
Yeah, I don't look at the channel very often. Only when you go
ridiculous.
live, and I get a
it's like,
notification.
what the fuck happened there?
Look, you've been a superstar. But you posted a video responding to that, like within a day, I guess. I think it was within a day, and he's done the same thing. He's responding, and he's responding to loads of. I watched about 10 minutes of it in total, just fast forwarding bits, and he was responding to the negative comments, but all he was going was well, that's your opinion. I mean, I don't need to grow up. Yeah, so but this person really liked my video, so yeah, thanks for the support. Yeah, we'll stay connected. Yeah, so anyway, so yeah. I did so good. I didn't break character once. Give me an Oscar. Let's catch up. I thought they fucked each other in the ass. Okay. He can't monetize that Schofield video, so it never went as planned. Yeah, he did say that in his response.
Oh, he couldn't monetize it, could he not? So that's funny. That video is probably going to go through the roof, like his most watched video ever, and he's not going to be able to claim a fucking penny of it. Oh,
they striked him. He said
that's
this
karma. That's fucking karma.
He has nothing, just a simple troll. Is that why you named this? No, it's not. It's not. Are you sure about the title? Well, you guys brought him up. We didn't. Like, if you guys bring him up, I'm not going to avoid the issue, because that's not me. I'm not one to ignore our masses of fans.
Not seen what Poncho's done about him, but the whole tranny Jamie.
Yes, you have.
No. Have
yes, you have. Jez put it in our Hangouts chat. Are you not paying attention to Jez anymore? That's just rude. Jez,
I'll have to go back and have a look then. I did see a couple of photos, but that was it.
It was a screenshot from Poncho's video.
Oh, that was okay. Then yes, all right. Yeah, but it was just the one scar. Like there was no evidence of another scar. And not being funny, he's done a video where he shaved his chest. So if you want to look for scars, that'd be the one to go for. Not one where he's still got a massive hairy chest and you can't see anything.
I haven't watched the video.
It's funny.
He can't post a link. He doesn't have a spanner, and people aren't allowed spanners.
Well, no, because no, I can't even. Yeah, no, I can't give you a link at the moment because it's all on my phone and I'm running the Hangout from it. So
And I can't go from my phone to there, and I don't have Hangouts on here because this isn't my laptop; it's Dan's. But no, if you guys mention something, I won't ever ignore it. I will address, as Jed would say, the elephant in the room. I know you don't always want to, but
like I say, I'm not gonna dig into the guy, and obviously there's a lot more could be said if I really wanted to fucking drop him in it and stuff. But yeah, no.
He can't.
Yeah, no,
He's on his
I
phone.
can't. Yes, otherwise I would, mate. Like I say, because I'm on my fucking phone doing this. Wait there.
I don't have.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, no. If I've got 1 versus 1 on my tablet, I'll be able to. But if not,
I don't have 1 versus 1 on Dan's laptop. I've just got mine on there, so I can't. He has a fanny flap. Okay, but yeah, it's just Poncho Pete did a video, so go find that. That's how you find it. Has anyone seen Free do a hangout with her face showing? I don't watch Jamie, so I literally just, when a video's been uploaded, I'll skip through, read the chat to see if I'm mentioned, because ego, and then I come off it. So and that's not even on every video. I don't look for her, so
Next one is,
yeah. And I can't see her comments either, and I don't think I can see them on Dan's. She never shows her face, even on off-air hangout. Really? Well, that makes me think if she's a Hobbit woman.
The pictures and stuff up, isn't she? So
I've heard she's a tranny. I mean, we can't keep calling people transsexual as soon as we don't like somebody. Like, life doesn't work like that. They account for, what was it, 0.3% of the population? Was that what we said? Was that what we found? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But you can't just assume somebody's a tranny because they're a bit of a bitch and they've got a stick rammed up their asshole. Like,
right, what was this one? What was this video called that Poncho did about Jamie?
Can you hear the rain?
No.
Oh, it's gone now. Like, all the the rain was insane then. I can hear it. These are like semi noise cancelling as well, which is why I shout, and Dan shouts at me, and his are as well, which is why I shout at him because he has a headset on. Is she not in one of her videos? Like, I choose. Yeah, but the thing with videos is that doesn't necessarily have to be her. That could be one of her friends.
Yeah.
Like, just because it's in a video doesn't mean that that's who she is. She could have a sister or something. Jez has the link. We can't post it though, mate. Like,
well, I can if you tell me what the title of the video is.
Oh, Tranny Jamie Brown D. That's what Lee said.
I can't.
No.
It's not up anymore, I don't think.
It's annoying, the whole 5, man, because I was 8 the whole time.
That's great, but
yeah, no, I can't find it.
Jez he'll post the link to your hangout. He can't get the link from the hangout on.
Oh, it's on BitChute. So I saw the link pop down. Well, fuck, I'm gonna risk it. I can always come back. Am I still here?
Yeah. BitChute.com video/Z capital A.
Yeah, I've got it.
You got it.
Give me 1 second.
I was about to say the same thing.
Are you making tea?
Oh.
All right.
Well, your pants. I'll post a link to your hangout. Was she not on Jamie's with her face on? Exactly, Cakes. My sources, they go after incels as they are easy targets. I was
And
laughing
from
my head
there, I'm
off.
sure you'll be able to find more. Go after
So what are you planning this
incels.
week?
What? That's incels. That's is that involuntary celibates or voluntary?
I'm not sure. So what are your plans for this week? What are you streaming? What are you doing?
I haven't got a clue. It's my eldest 21st tomorrow, so most of my
Can you
money that
show
I've
what you
got will be
got?
going on her. Yeah, well, she won't be watching this, so yeah, I'll show everyone. This is just the necklace I got her. But,
I love it.
so it has got some diamonds in there as well, but they won't show up
So
very well
pretty.
because they're tiny. But yeah, so. But
So
yeah,
you're not.
and I'll give her some cash as well because she's still not done her driving lessons and stuff, and she wants to do an intensive course, so she wants as much money towards that as possible.
So nothing else planned.
Yeah, no, like I said, I'm gonna be skint, so yeah, there's not much I can do really. I'll probably just be spending a week gaming again.
Yay!
Yeah.
We have played a lot this week. Like we haven't really talked about anything YouTubey, but we have played quite a bit this week.
Yeah,
It's
we've
been
put
good.
some points on the board this week.
We and I've put some points on. I am posting a video this week of me basket that I've made. My dad, bless my dad. My dad's so sweet. So I bought loads of bamboo, and I asked Dee and I asked Dan, and then I asked my dad, "What's the best way to cut this?" Only because I didn't have. I'm shit, and I left my hacksaw out in the garden for a year, and it's definitely rusty. It won't cut through paper, let alone bamboo. So I was like, is there a way that I can do this without a hacksaw? But both Dee and Dan said you need to get a little hacksaw and just. So I was like, okay, fine. So then I asked my dad, and my dad was like, again, you need a hacksaw. But my dad was also like, and you need a dust mask because he won't let me chop anything without a dust mask.
It is smart to have a dust mask
It
when
is,
you're
yeah,
doing
but
that
that's
stuff.
just why my dad, like, he's just so sweet because he was like, you need a dust mask. And I'm like, well, does a bandana count as a dust mask? My dad's like, no, you need a dust mask. I have one.
Well,
I'll bring it round.
if it's just dust, a damp bandana would be fine.
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
I said to Dad, because even though you'd said that, I don't like going against what my dad tells me to do, so I kind of need his approval with my own health. So I was like, can I just use a damp bandana because Dee said I can, and Dad was like, well, yeah, I guess that would work. It's a low risk thing that you're doing. So he brought me around a diamond saw. Don't know what that means, but it's a diamond saw, so that's fun. Diamond grit saw.
Yeah,
He was
just
like that.
have some diamond dust on the edge,
Yum.
the cutting edge properly. Yeah.
I'm gonna lick it. Why not? So yeah, I'm going to be sawing some more bamboo and making a bigger planter as well. So I'm going to be posting the videos for those. I haven't done a cooking video because I've had the lurgy this week, so I haven't really cooked anything. I cooked 4 dinners yesterday. We cooked 4 dinners yesterday to freeze them for the week because I go back to work on Wednesday. And Dan is in Ireland on Thursday, so next Sunday it will just be me here without this loud tea slave.
What?
So I'll have to make my own tea. What?
But how will our audience ever adjust to not being able to hear Dano in the background?
How will our audience adjust to actually being able to hear me?
Yeah.
So let's just catch up here. Vlad said, I didn't show my face for the first 4 years of doing streams, mainly because of my hideousness. Oh, bless. I only recently showed my face because who really cares anyhow? I don't think you're hideous, mate.
No, I think when you wear a bandana, you look like a female cancer patient. But I said that to you. So.
Me Batman car and the bits and bobs. Oh, that's what you're doing this week. Amazing. P. Mats Allen, Jamie. There's a pattern. She couldn't control Jed. That's why she turned. What a bitch. Nice D. She'll like that. That's obviously about the necklace. Hey Jed. Hi Cabbage Pants. Watched a bit, but he is on the dole. Do they do that stuff if you're on benefits?
I'm out of context there. Sorry.
Cabbage said, "What about VB? I think he's having a breakdown. I'm sure he's going to come out soon, though. Soon too."
No, I don't think VB's going to be coming out myself. But...
VB confused me a bit last night because he came on being very subdued and very much like he didn't want to be a bitch about Sasha, and then an hour in, then he finally spoke how I think he felt. I struggle to read the man. I really do.
Well, from the non-drinking perspective, and I got quite quiet by the time he joined. I would say
you weren't drinking last night, were you?
Fed. He was where?
You weren't drinking last night, were you?
No.
No, that's what I thought. Carry on. Sorry.
But yeah, so he come in nice and subdued, and then a few things were said here, there. Obviously, Jed goaded him a little bit there, and then he just slowly wound up and poof, yeah, let it all out. Everything he'd been suppressing on the Sasha show.
So are we the real therapists here?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I want to give him a hug and be like, "Who the fuck hurt you? Let's go fight them." Do you know what I mean? Like I really think something very, very bad has had to. I mean,
no, see, I think we just see the character of VB. I don't think that's what he's like in real life.
I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but you went through some pretty fucking shady shit. We don't need to go into it, but you went through some pretty fucking shady shit, and you came out the other end, and you agree with VB on a lot of things, and I don't necessarily think you'd agree with VB if those things hadn't have happened to you. And
we'll never know.
When people say that, like the only way that I can use an example is that when people say that all Muslims are rapists, I'm like, well, I mean, I was raped by a white guy, so obviously, like, it's not always a Muslim that's a rapist, you know. And that's the only way that I can balance this, is because something shit happens to me. I am wary of all people. When Jed makes that whole, which alley would you rather go down? Mine isn't based on their skin color. Mine would be based on their physical appearance, whether they're being smartly dressed or dressed like a scruffer. I would go down the street of smartly dressed, whether they were black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. That is the street that I would go down. If there's a load of white people in tracksuit bottoms, I'm not going down that road for shit. Like, I'm avoiding that road, and that is due to my personal experiences. So that's what makes me think, is VB like this because of his personal experiences?
It does appear to me that he's definitely been shafted by a few women in his time, but this is the trouble. Most men I've come across have been shafted by a few women in their time.
Yeah, I get it. I do understand the perspective. I think one of the things that irritates me with VB is like, why are you taking it personally? Why are you taking it personally? Well, because you're saying that all women are evil, or all women are this, and all women are that. And the only answer I can give you is that of my own experience. So if I'm going to tell you, well, no, this is how I feel, this is how I am, the only way I can retort is because of what I have been through and what I have experienced. So obviously I'm going to take it personally when defending my gender. And the thing is that I don't even defend my gender, I defend myself, and I'm like, well, that's not how I am, so how can you say that all women are like this? Because I'm not like that, you know.
Well, so you don't manipulate men then?
I don't manipulate men in a bad way.
But you manipulate men for your own ends. Yeah, look at you. See, I mean, this is the point. Like, this is his point from what I see of it.
But when VB's like, oh, women get their seed so that they can get all this money off the man and like deny access to the man. Well, I didn't do that. From my parents' perspective, yes, that happened. But me, on my own experience, my own merit, that's not what happened. I was in an abusive relationship. I left said abusive relationship with my child, and I don't get a penny from him. When Dan moved in, I lost £500 to £700 a month, depending on that month's earnings. I lost between £500 and £700 from the lone parent benefit money, you know. So I lost out by having Dan in my house. So when he's like, oh, they're only after the money, I'm losing money by having Dan here. Do you know what I mean? I think that he needs to stop judging everybody, tarring everybody with the same brush is an expression my dad taught me when I was younger, and it's an expression that I'll always use, and he does that too often.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing though, that, right, you've got your extremes out there, yeah, and when one extreme appears, the opposite or the counterpart will appear. And obviously I'm going a bit Star Wars here and stuff, like, but he is just an embodiment of the reaction to the extreme feminists. That's it. You're gonna find these people.
Of course.
I mean, what shocked me more than anything else last night was how vehemently he was putting down people who didn't believe in Jesus. That's what really, I was like, whoa, that's what shocked me more than anything else. Like,
I honestly zoned out with the Jesus part because I don't believe in Jesus. And I also don't want to have a go at somebody because of their own faith. I will have a go at that faith and I will pick apart that faith, but I wouldn't ever want to discourage people from having a faith, even if I think that faith is ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? So in that kind of thing, because of how I feel, I wouldn't want to comment on him being a religious person. You know, that's why I said, like, Jed, you've missed Jesus mumbo jumbo, and that's it. Because to me, that's all he'd missed. So I just, yeah, I struggle with him. I struggle with him because you can't argue with him either, because even though I agree with parts of what he says, and I'm like, yeah, I agree with you, it's like he's over here and I'm over here, but I will edge closer to him and explain how, you know, yeah, this bit's right, but I don't agree with you here, so I'm back over here. He won't come and see my point of view. He won't. Do you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't.
Yeah, it's because he's VB. Like I say, this is what I mean.
I know, but it makes having a conversation
for what he is.
I do, but I find that it makes having a conversation with him very, very difficult. Very difficult, because
that's your mistake. I try and have a conversation when he's in that mode.
But what am I supposed to do when I'm on a YouTube hangout? What do you do?
Like I said, you don't feed what you don't want to hear, basically. I say,
but I want to understand.
If people had changed the subject to something else, I'm sure he would have gone and talked about something else.
I tried that though. I tried that when he kicked off with Barbie. I tried changing the subject, and then I got called a cuckoo for trying to like hijack Jed's stream. Like, I could not win either way. And the thing is that I want to understand his opinion and I want to understand his point of view, but he doesn't explain his point of view. He tells you why he thinks. No, he tells you what he thinks, but he doesn't explain a solution, and he doesn't explain anything else. And he just takes it too far, man. Like, he just takes it too far. Women shouldn't vote. Women shouldn't do this. Women shouldn't do that. Fuck off. Don't be a dick.
No, it does kind of make sense in a way. I don't agree with that. Yeah, I mean, obviously, everyone's got a vote if you're going to live in a society. Or should have access to a vote, whether you choose to use it or not, because obviously we know votes in our society are useless. But No, I mean, like I say, there are a lot of things. It's like in the workplace. Most of all the problems in the workplaces that I've worked in have been caused by women. And men brawling over women or arguing about or defending women, and this is what I mean. The only problems that happen between people and shit because of women.
I beg to differ. I wouldn't say that the only problems that's the problem
No,
with
not the only,
generalization
but
is that
the vast
you just
majority.
said
The
no,
vast
but you
majority.
just but what you just said was the only problems come from women in the workplace. But that's the problem with VB is he says the only thing and all women and all this, and it takes away other people's experiences. It denies my experience. So by you saying that, well then I've never seen two men fight for no reason in the workplace, which I have. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that you saying that, even though I know you and I know that that's not what you meant, that's what VB says, and that's what VB means. Is that the only problem?
No, I mean, all right. The major issues are usually caused by women, but yeah, obviously men have arguments, but unless there's a woman involved, it will be physical and they'll be over it, if you know what I mean. If there's a woman involved, then it's physical, and then they're never talking to each other again.
Yeah, no, I get that. And, like I've worked with a lot of women, and honestly, like women can be absolutely amazing and great to work with, but as soon as they hold a grudge against you, that's it. You're fucked.
One
woman
who I've ever worked with, I would call a decent worker in the kind of workplaces I've worked in.
Say that again.
The rest of them are just there because they need to be.
I didn't hear what you said.
One decent female worker I've ever worked with that can actually keep up and do the job as well as the men. And like so, yeah, all right. Granted, I've worked in mainly the manual labour side of things, so that's almost a given.
No, I do agree with that. Jed put a cuckoo. Yeah, a cuckoo as in. So a cuckoo bird will lay cuckoo eggs in other birds' nests, and then when the cuckoo hatches, the cuckoo bird will eat the other bird's offspring, and it will be the lone survivor. So that's what they imply with that I was doing, is that I'm trying to take over your show, and then I'm gonna like eat you and drop you. You know, that's kind of what that implies, which obviously I wouldn't do. Cabbage says he's a dick, call him out on it, then just point out all the shitty things about him and his life. That's why his missus most likely ditched him. I mean, is that did his missus leave? Is that verifiable?
I don't know.
He
I
didn't say
honestly
that
don't
to
know.
me.
But he didn't confirm it last night, but it was posted to him as a question a few times in the chat. So.
Yeah, and Jed put he laid into Sasha eventually and admitted. I don't know. I was so thankful when he finally started acting like VB instead of this shell of a person. Because when he first came on, he was so defensive, as though what we'd said. We know that he
did come in
loves
as the victim, like everyone's been picking on me and all that kind of thing. Whereas, like I've said before, he'd even got on. Like, I mean, I'd had his back the whole time as far as I was concerned, right? But,
thanks, babe.
So he definitely wanted to be the victim in that situation last night.
We said before now, backstage before we went live, I said the only time that I was actually truly mean was the day after everything kicked off with Barbie. You know, that was when I spoke my mind. I said how I felt, and I wasn't sympathetic with him. But after I had personally calmed down, I explained how I felt and that I felt bad. You know, like I am usually a nice person. So I don't think that he can be. You guys have all turned your back on me. I have no friends here and all this. It's like, okay, we may not be friends, but I don't see why Dee's not friends with him. I don't see why Jed's not his friend. I don't see why Vlad's not his friend. I just, I don't.
YouTube acquaintance. I don't know him that well as I'd call him a friend, but yeah.
Well, you know what I mean. Come on, Jed, stop buzzing our phones, man. Calm down. I'll talk to you in a minute. Relax. Take it easy.
Well, we've only got about 20 minutes left, and I've not put the link out yet. So, do you want me to put the link out so you can get anyone on for the last?
Yeah, see if anybody wants to join.
All right.
I like what the buzzing.
There we go. That link there. Let's just go into the chat. We'll get you in if you want to join. And if you stay for a few minutes, like I say, we'll keep going as long as we stay live, basically.
Yeah, if it just cuts us off, you know why.
I won't be doing too much after chat if we do get people in, though, because I'm fucking knackered and I just want to lay down and chill.
Are you going to blame Jed again?
No, not at all. It's more my own fault. I brought it on myself.
How's your
Yeah, it's actually not too bad today, I've got to say. Yeah, a bit runny.
Oh, that's good.
A bit swollen, but yeah, apart from that, not too bad.
That's all right. You don't look any different. Like when you said last time that it was really bad, I expected you to have a big red.
Yeah, well, I did a lot more last time, to be fair. Last night was just a little dabble. I've been given for free, so yeah.
Cabbage Pot, I think Phoebe's world is starting to crumble. He doesn't know how to behave now. He's just become a contradiction of himself. I think he needs a good slap from his mom.
Yeah.
I mean, if my son spoke about all women like that after I'd raised my son and I raised him well, I'd feel pretty upset. I think he needs a hug.
I'm just wondering where all the violence towards him's coming from. Like, people want to be ramming stuff in his ass and killing him and getting a good slap from his mum, and it's like, wow, poor VB, poor VB.
Like, we said privately, I believe we said privately until last night in one of our video chats about the Shills videos towards Phoebe.
Yeah, it was sick.
And how both of us were just stunned because nobody. I would be very, very upset if people said things about myself, or especially probably not even myself. I'd be more upset if people said those things about D, because even though I know D can handle himself and I know I can handle myself. I would just feel really sorry, my phone's dying. I would just feel really upset for you. And the same with VB. I don't think that I just don't condone violence towards somebody who hasn't physically hurt you or stolen anything, or broken a lawful law. You know, nobody's taken. VB hasn't taken anything away from anybody, so why should people be endorsing acts of violence upon him? I can't comprehend that.
And like I said, I don't get it. I just don't get how the video managed to stay on YouTube with so much incitement to violence in it. It was ridiculous.
And it has adverts as well, which means
it's still monetized as well.
Yeah. Cabbage put a good point, Cakes. Maybe his mom didn't raise him right. Maybe she needs a good slap. That's placement of blame. Like he said last night that he had a good upbringing. You know, I don't think you can blame other. I don't know. He needs a cuddle. Needs a big hug. Needs to be protected from the world and be the victim that he is.
It's in the middle of 5 and 2.
He's like, what the fuck am I listening to?
Yeah.
Shut up, Cakes. Be quiet.
Yeah. Big hugs and stuff. It's just the opposite to slaps and sticking things in his butt.
I mean, the opposite to slap. Well,
yeah.
I was going to say something else, and then I was like, well, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
That also happens.
Yeah.
The latter doesn't happen. They were very obsessed with putting objects in his ass, very homosexual and disgusting.
Yeah, but that's kind of the culture today. It really is.
I don't see putting objects in your ass homosexual. Like, I don't see it as gay, because I don't, but women enjoy that too. I think it's gross, and that's where the poo comes from, so it shouldn't happen, but it does.
Yeah, you got. It's only a recent development though. This whole anal sex thing again. This was something that would be like maybe a once a year on your birthday thing when I was like first sexually active and stuff. So and that would be if you were got a good one, like.
Cabbage says he needs to have his head polished. I mean, you can go and speak to Rain Kisses about that. Paul said, I like VB. I don't agree with him much, but he's a good for a laugh. And that's
I
the thing.
agree with him loads more than I probably should, but I agree. I do.
Yeah, especially if you've got a female co-host.
Yeah.
I agree with him until he gets to a point that's too far. Like, women are men's psychics. Fuck off. No, leave me alone. I don't agree with that. And once it gets past there, that's when my blood starts to. But there's just steam in the sky. But I do really like VB. He's such an interesting fellow, and like I said last night, I wish he would talk about other things, because on watching his videos, they're so interesting. Look, what he has to say is so interesting. And I spoke to Jed about this. I can't remember whether it was on our channel, his channel, or Jamie's channel, or where. He needs to just every grey area turned into woman bashing. And for me, that was becoming a reason why I was like, I don't think I'll come on the panel again.
This is what I mean, yeah.
But it's not just what VB is all about. That's the thing. If you
actually look at thinking about this, actually, sorry, that's just spawned another fucking thought. See, this whole Sasha incident, it's not unprecedented. The first time you had an interaction with him, apparently he held himself back and was.
He did.
So this isn't unprecedented. Right.
That's what. So, who was it? Vic Noid yesterday. I think it was Vic Noid. Please correct me, Jed, because you put her comment up on the screen saying, I can't believe VB's sitting next to a woman and holding his tongue. This was before we started talking about women. And I wanted to say at that point, but Dan was talking and Vlad was talking, so I didn't want to interrupt Vlad, and I didn't want to unmute my mic so that you could hear Dan. Was that up until that last stream, VB had been fucking amazing. Like, VB had been lovely. He was an actual gentleman. It was just that last grey area that he was on. He just snapped, and it was something had changed in him. Like, it was like with me. I mean, I don't mean that he had changed. I just mean that the way he held himself with me had changed a lot. Because I like, you look at the stream two streams before that, when Jed had to go and be a dad, and it left us two with VB. He was really nice with me, and he was asking me loads of different questions about things around me. We brought up feminism, but excuse me, it was very placid. You know, it wasn't as extreme as he was. So I don't know.
So anyway, the conclusion on VB then, guys, is he needs a hug. Apparently,
he needs a hug, and he needs to just change the record, because, like I was trying to say before, you had a brainwave, a light bulb moment.
Yes,
it isn't just VB. VB, that isn't all that's to VB. If you look at his other videos, his mind's great. You know, he has a lot of very interesting ideas and a lot of very interesting thoughts. I want to hear those. I don't want to come on to Jed's toilet. I don't want to come on Jed's toilet.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on the toilet and be berated because I've got tits. I don't want that. I want to come on and have an intellectual discussion about other topics that VB enjoys. I'm fed up with this one track every 2 weeks. It's let's bash women, and Jed's sitting there silently because Jed doesn't want to argue with VB about things, and that's how I felt. Like Jed's just like letting him run off his own thing. You know.
Oh, well, I think Jed enjoys VB and VB mode. So yeah.
I want VB and VB mode on other things, not just on women, because I think we've heard everything he has to say about women. He's just repeating himself now. Do you know what I mean?
Well, like I say, all I can suggest is next time you want to hang out with him, steer the conversation that way.
Let's catch up real quick. And maybe a back sack and crack wax. Okay.
You might still come out.
I think he could have a crush on Sasha, playground kind of stuff, where he acts all nasty about her, and when they're face to face alone, he's all sweet and holding her books.
Could be, could be. That's probably the best theory we've heard tonight.
Pulling piggy tails. Did you notice last night? Because Vlad, I'm going to hate on you for a minute if you don't mind.
So how can you hate on Vlad?
No, Vlad's great. I like Vlad. We get on very well. But last night, like when I was watching the bit from where I'd gone to the end, Vlad was like really on a roll with his words. Like he's just like trying to get these words out, and he was like doing loads of hand gestures, but every time he did the hand gestures he was hitting his mic, so you can hear him. If you rewatch it, you'll hear him, and he's talking, but you can hear this thud 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 of him hitting his mic, and I'm like, Vlad, you don't realize that you hit him. It's very funny. That's the level of hate that I can give Vlad.
Rum will do that to you.
94 proof. It's not 94, that's absinthe. Licorice. Oh, I love a good cup of tea. Good cup of tea. That's how we Brummies call it, cup of tea.
But it's not, is it?
It's a cup of tea.
You don't say that, do you? You just say cup of tea. Because you've just been saying cup of tea, cup of tea, cup of tea.
Cup of tea, yeah, I know, I say cup of tea. The women are evil topic is something that gets everyone in an uproar. I think that's why he isn't going to stop with it. Yeah, I mean, maybe we just need to stop feeding it. Maybe we just need to ignore it when it happens and just be like, yeah, okay, so transportation. I'll just do that. We'll just do that. If we all agree to just not rise to it. Not fuel
I love it.
fire.
So I'll rise to it every time.
But do you not get bored of the same conversation?
Oh, no, love it. Bashing on women never gets boring. Come on.
Bashing.
I obviously don't mean physically. Yeah.
Oh, I did.
No, not fisticuff level.
But that is a topic that really riles me. That men should be able to hit women. They should. Like, I just, if I hit Dan, I would 100% expect him. Yeah, uppercut. Yeah, punch my beard off. I would 100% expect him to just backhand me across the room. I really do. I don't.
Maybe that's the way it should be. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever feel that way. It's too ingrained into me. You don't hit women.
I think the only person you shouldn't hit is your mum. My mum is the only person in this world that I would never, ever, ever hit. I've restrained my mum, but I would never, ever, ever hit my mum. In fact, I don't think I've hit my dad either. No, I'd never hit my dad. I've never had reason to hit my dad.
I've never, all right, I stopped speaking to my mum for 10 years, but we've never argued enough that it would have come to violence. So,
my mum and my brother did. My mum messed with my brother. Used to have a really bad neck. He pulled his neck doing something when he just either at the end of school or he just left school. And my mum pushed my brother. He was sitting cross-legged on the floor in the living room, and my mum pushed my brother over, and my brother got up, hit my mum. So I've jumped up from the sofa, rugby tackled my brother because I've always been stronger than my brother, which he doesn't like to admit. We were at a club the other day, And we were at the club on New Year's Day, and he didn't want to admit that I was stronger than him, and he wouldn't have a picture with me. So I just grabbed him around the throat and like pulled him onto the floor so that he'd have a picture with me. But I just want to point out, me and my brother have a very violent and violent relationship. Like, we'll hit each other, but it doesn't. It's never nasty. I think it's just how two brothers would normally be, but because I'm a girl, it's just, we've always been scrappy, but in a playful way. But anyway, my brother hit my mum, and I won't ever stand for that. So I rugby tackled my brother, I dragged him, and then he ran upstairs. So I chased him, and then he kicked me down the stairs. Because I just don't think it's okay. That was a very long-winded way of me saying it's not okay to hit your mom or
No,
your
it's
dad.
not. I don't think there's many people that would disagree with you there.
My brother.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, I didn't realise I was hitting the mic. We'll have it placed differently next time. It was when you were doing this, you were talking like this. So every time you said a syllable, your hand moved with the syllable. So it was like, do you remember when you're in school and you used to have to clap every time you said a syllable, or you had to do this every time? So no, that's how they taught syllables at school.
What? Fucking kids nowadays are dumb as fuck.
No, I think it was for the dumb kids. I mean, a syllable is not just apparent to everybody, you know? Like, Freddie doesn't do that. Freddie will just be like, yeah, that has 3 syllables, that has 2 syllables, that has a syllable. But I just assumed it was apparent to everybody, but that's how they teach it. So yeah, every time Vlad hits a syllable, he's doing this.
Just for laugh, sure. Yeah,
Oh, you're a funny fuck, Vlad. We like you.
I should say, yeah,
dear.
we could disappear offline any
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Do I don't like the idea of disappearing and not saying goodbye and thank you. So I'm going to say goodbye and thank you for in case we get cut off. And I'm just going to quickly read Jed's. So it ended with your bro hitting your mum and you getting kicked down the stairs as your bro went to his room. No, because he kicked me down the stairs and I chased him back up up the stairs and beat the fuck out of him. No, I didn't. To be fair, I didn't beat the fuck out of him. I hit him again, and then I went back down the stairs. I wouldn't beat the. No, I have done. Not my brother, but the people. People are cunts. But no, yeah, he pissed me off. Yeah, I hit my mum.
Yeah, I've only got brothers, so yeah. It's natural for brothers to fight, like you say. Yeah.
I've always been more tomboy-y though, so like climbing trees, and I hated skirts when I was a teenager.
Purple hair of yours is so tomboy-y, and yeah, it's crazy. All that makeup.
No, I used to hate the colour pink when I was a little girl. And you know, when you got kids, you buy them packs of underwear. And they have like the days of the week on them and stuff in the big long pack of underwear. My mum, and in this pack of underwear, there was a pink pair of pants. And according to my mum, I was about 5. I took out the pink pair and like sneakily put them in the bin because I wouldn't wear anything pink. I was always around the boys. I hated hanging out with the girls. And it was only until I hit probably. So I used to do the goth makeup, but that was a statement. That wasn't trying to appear pretty or anything like that. So throughout school, I remember this Sikh lad telling me off and saying, you know, you'd be much more appealing if you wore makeup. I was like, oh, well, I'm not here to be appealing. Like, you can go away. I'm here to like be in school and learn some math. Leave me alone. So it's only been recently that I've started wearing makeup. But you know, yeah.
So you finally bowed to the conformists and got your makeup on and dyed your hair.
I look better with makeup on, so you know. Deluxe in his element talking about girls' pants, not.
Yes,
Jed, I would have kept the stream going all night. Unfortunately, I hit the wrong back button. I did wonder why the screen had gone black. There's like 10 minutes of black at the end.
Yeah, that's the trouble. If I hit my back button on the phone, it will take me out of the studio. Like, So yeah, you've got to be careful where on your phone you're touching, and yeah.
Mine's inside my candle, so I don't have that issue.
But yeah, no, like I said, unfortunately, yeah, girls' pants, yeah.
Omega, just saying you had the.
No, never a good story for me because it always makes me think. No, when I was at primary school.
Oh.
Yeah, and one day I had an accident, and the only underwear in lost property was a pair of girls' knickers, and they made me wear them.
Bastards.
I was devastated.
I once went to school with no pants on, and they had to call my mum to bring me some pants. And they looked at my mum like she was a really bad mum because she'd sent me to school with no pants. But this was at the age where, like, I was probably Freddie's age, so I was like 7, so I should have been responsible enough to put my own pants on. Plus, she'd just got a newborn.
Yeah, I would have been about 6. Yeah, 6, maybe 7, maybe at most, but yeah.
So yeah, that sounds horrible having to wear.
Well, at
like,
that age, it is devastating as well
pants.
because I don't know about nowadays. Obviously, with this whole fluidity, gender and stuff, but it was very much like boys did not wear fucking pink. Like boys definitely did not wear fucking knickers. Like, I mean, yeah.
No, so I instill in Freddie that it's just a fucking colour because it is just a fucking colour. But at the same time, I wouldn't let Fred go out in a dress, and I wouldn't let Fred go out in anything else. Not because I don't want him to express what he wants. If he wanted to wear a princess dress, no, I don't. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't buy him a princess dress. No, I wouldn't. No, I was thinking maybe
can see
in the
that
house,
you want to be able to do that for him. You can see like your brain going, no, I want to be able to him. How can I not be progressive? Ah!
No, it's like maybe in the house, but then I'm thinking, what's the point if it's maybe in the house? But then at the same point, I don't want to be buying a dress for my son because I don't want him to be really ridiculed. Like, I've painted his nails because I've known loads of guys that painted their nails black, so he's had his nails painted. Plus, like, when a kid's 4 and they're not at school, I don't see an issue. It's just the being ridiculed at school thing.
Yeah,
Why the fuck was the girl pants in Lost and Found for you to wear when you crapped yourself? Well, I know that Freddie's school has spare packs of pants that have been unused, and you don't give them back to the school, you just keep them. So if your kid has an accident at school, they change into the spare pair of pants that are in packs. They're not in the Lost and Found. But up until Freddie's first 2 years of school, you had to have a spare pairs, like a set of spare clothes for them for if they had an accident or spilt stuff over them, so they don't have to sit in wet clothes.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, this wasn't like a normal occurrence. Like, it's not like I was always crapping and pissing myself or anything, right? But I mean,
it's a regular day at school. Oh, there's the poo. Miss, I found the poo.
But yeah, unfortunately, that was all there was. But this is the thing. Back in the day, right? I mean, when we got changed for PE at primary school, the boys and the girls were all just in the classroom at your desk, got changed, all stood next to each other, got into your PE kit, and then went out. So there was always like bits getting lost and socks and bits and bobs ending up in Lost and Found. And like I said, I wasn't the first person that had to wear Lost and Found pants. I was just the first boy that had to wear girls' fucking knickers because there was no boys' pants.
No, they still do get changed in the same room, by the way, as well.
Oh.
Freddie still gets changed. I think it's up until they're in like year 3 or 4 where some of the kids become more aware because of their parents and what their parents.
I think that's right way through primary school for us, right way through. In secondary school was the first time we had separate locker rooms. So yeah, by 11, 12, right.
Yeah.
That is my first
I was going to say
some of us were well into puberty by that age.
Everyone was all like, "Oh, it's hard." That's man.
I was 11, I think 10 or 11 when I hit puberty. Well, started getting my periods.
Yeah, we remember that, Lee. You're showing them off.
Yeah,
what
you
was
did,
it, that
yeah.
concert you were going to? Have you been to that concert yet, Lee? Oh no, you didn't. Fuck, that's right. Yeah, I won't say anything. Yeah, no, but yeah, you don't have to put it in chat if you don't want to, mate. Don't worry, I'll remember now.
See, I have no issues with Fred wearing nail varnish. I mean, Fred's got hair as long as mine, and his friends are kind of used to that. They don't call him a girl or anything like that. Freddie's thankfully with Aquaman coming out, Freddie's like, well, Aquaman has long hair, you know. So there's a lot more role models with longer hair. I mean, I suppose there always has been. I mean, look at what's the film with the fit guy with the horse and the long javelin thing that's not a javelin. What's it called? The lance. Yeah, him, the fit one.
Yeah, the one, A Knight's Tale.
The dead one.
Movie you're thinking
That's
of.
yeah. Like he had long hair in there as well. He was beautiful. He was. No, but I mean, he didn't have like short hair, you know. But then, what my point was that there's other things that I just wouldn't allow Freddie to do because he'd be ridiculed. So I wouldn't let him go to school in a dress ever because he'd be ridiculed for that. But as for the colour,
not being funny, dresses aren't designed by dressmakers for boys. They're designed for girls. Why would you buy an item of clothing that's not designed and send him to school in it? Yo, man, how's it going?
Oh, but like with colours, I just see them as colours. It doesn't fucking matter, you know. I've only let my granddaughters try to braid my hair. It was more like clusters rubber banded together as they were 4 and 2. I would not let Freddie braid my hair. Taking far too long for a start. Like, with it coming all the way down here, can't even like lift myself up long enough. How are you today, madam? We might disappear at any minute because we're about to run out of StreamYard.
Yeah,
so
I'm surprised we're still going. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I am very surprised.
I'm actually wondering whether it's going to cut us off or it's just going to eat into next month's time or something. I don't know.
Fuck knows. I don't make the rules.
But we'll see, I suppose. We'll test it out now.
We'll be your guinea pig. I have no problems with that.
If I can think of anything else, so sorry, I know, guys, I do apologise, I'm a bit blurred tonight, but I hope we've at least managed to keep some conversation going. And yeah.
We have.
You know, it's flowed all right, isn't it? Yeah, it's not been a struggle.
Although it's worrying being on the wire.
Easy when like you're talking about people, if you know what I mean. And we kind of didn't really start off with much, so we were talking about Jamie and MVB. So yeah, kind of.
Not yet, no, Paul. We don't. Paul says, "Do we pay for StreamYard?"
No, I may well have to for next week, but we'll see.
And pay you some monies.
No, like I say, I'll because like I say, it's not. What I'll do if I'm going to start paying for it is I'll add my Eternal Creationism channel to it as well and just have them all on one. So yeah, I wouldn't expect you to pay for it. Don't worry.
I don't really mind, but sure. I've been listening, but not no PC. Been cleaning. Do you haven't run out already? Run out?
Yeah, we're almost. Yeah, very almost out. So. What's my favourite strain of weed? See, I'm old school. I like the old AK-47. I know it's not like old school, but it's one of the first weeds that I came across when I started smoking weed. So, because when I was younger, you couldn't get weed. It was like fucking rocking horse shit. You just couldn't find it anywhere. So everyone was smoking resin. But yeah.
Oh, resin. Wanted some of that yesterday. Oh God. I mean, in the day, from what happened, I don't mean last night. I mean, in the day, I could have done with some, but I haven't smoked in 8 years, so
Yeah, just a very little bit then. Blueberry
I
for
just
you,
this
Dagan, nice.
ditchweed. How you've hardly been on?
Yeah, well,
Because if you,
sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, if you take into account all of your streams in the week, not this week, but you did a live stream.
Yeah, I think it was the Max Egan response one that I did that really took the time out. Like I say, we're almost due to be renewed. So I think it's on like the 15th possibly that we get renewed. So, but I don't know because I can't check the time on and date on this yet because I just didn't bother. But well, I went on the right screen. I just didn't look at the right information. I just looked at what time we had left.
15's next Sunday.
Yeah, no, I haven't been doing videos. I haven't been filming stuff. I have been doing stuff. It's like I did some of these clear necklaces just to see what they turned out in clear because I thought what I can do is get a small paintbrush and because that's actually dips in there. So I thought I could paint in
Move it to the left. There you go.
Yeah, painting the constellations and the words myself and stuff. So that's another little project for myself. I finished my Orgonite pyramid. That took almost a week to do just that because I was doing layers every day. I've done more geodes and stuff. See, there's one there, one here, one next to it there. I'll just put them there on display in the background, right? I've got one drying downstairs because I did one today. But I'm not going to be filming and like just going live all the time with it. Usually when I do something new, the Orgonite I wanted to keep to myself more than anything. I mean, so the next time I make some Orgonite, I'll film that. But it cost me almost 50 quid to make the Orgonite. That's the mold I use. It's humongous. And like I said, it cost me almost 50 quid. So it might be a little while before I actually do make a full-size Orgonite pyramid again.
Madam wants to see the pyramid.
It's downstairs. I'll have to yeah, no, I will. I wasn't going to show it off, but I've talked about it now, so I can't really tease. I'll be back shortly.
Liar, he'll be back in ages because
No, it's only downstairs.
Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, I can't with the sitting still. Ugh. See, I don't know how John LeBon did this. It just was like a cardboard cutout. Like I have to move about. You know, it's hard because he's the same age as me. You know, it's a fucking shock. Like we knew it was coming because he got a terminal diagnosis August, September time. So we knew that it was coming. It's just still to lose somebody when I'm this young and they're this young. It's just really fucking weird. So I'm struggling with how to process it. I'm just trying to keep my mind busy and not ignore it, just sweep it under the carpet. Very British. Kind of chuckles.
All right. Let me turn this ring light off.
Oh, where you gone? Wow.
Yeah.
That looks awesome.
So it's got 4 crystals pointing out to the corners as well. I've done the chakra colours. And like I say, it's got that steel on the bottom there. and it's a steel layer on the top, and it alternates steel, quartz that I got from Dartmoor, steel, quartz from Dartmoor, steel, quartz from Dartmoor, steel, and then my layer on the top with the one quartz crystal pointing up, but I've wrapped in copper, and one pointing out to each corner. Like I said, it doesn't show up very well on here. I'll maybe do some pictures now. And also I bought some of these rubber feet to put on the bottom in the corner here.
We can see them.
But also what I did as well, I know you all saw when I tried to do the magnetic experiment in the cubes. Well, that didn't work. So I tried smaller magnets in these triangles, in these pyramids. Works a hell of a lot better. You see the field so much better.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not going to show up on camera very well. I'll do a couple of them. And yes, it does capture the field. It's not at all what I was expecting. I was expecting to see the toroidal field effect of the magnetism, but it appears the magnetic field doesn't actually work that way. So, yeah, seems more lies about magnetism. Yeah.
How heavy is the big one, D?
Oh, I'd have to weigh it. It's got to be at least 2
That'd
kilos.
be the first thing I did. Wow. So you've got some Illuminati confirmed. Done a good job, D. Love the shaft colours. Looks great, D. And what made it so expensive?
The resin's expensive. This, like I say, that is almost 2 kilos, if not more, of resin. And then you've got all the other bits inside it as well. And you can go and check out the price of crafting resin, the stuff that's non-toxic and all that. It's not cheap. So I can now see why these giant ones in particular go for over £100, because people who are making them need to make money. Obviously, I'll be undercutting anyone making these, because I'll just add like 20 quid on top as a commission. So, and I'll be able to do it cheaper when I buy the resin in bigger bulk as well. So it'll cost like maybe 35 quid to make one instead of closer to 50. So, yeah, because that's the thing with resin. The more you buy, it drops in price very fast. So,
same with most things, though. To be fair.
Yeah.
D, is it 63-degree angles?
I haven't actually done the angles yet. It's certainly no. It's not a proper like bona fide pyramid. This one. This is not. It's not the same. Oh, actually, it might be. I've got that. I'm surprised. I can't believe we're still going. Sorry.
I know.
Right, because I think I've got a tape measure here somewhere, if I can find it, and I'll be able to tell you at least whether it's the same height as it is width at the bottom, which I think determines a pyramid. Because I haven't got a thing to do an angle. I'd have to get. What are those things called? Semicircle. It's got the
Protractor.
Protractor. No. Thank you. I need a protractor.
Is it? Oh, that's right. Look at that. I want a maths question.
Yeah. No, I can't find. No, I can't find me tape measure, which is strange because I'm sure I put it with all the. So on my side here is basically just loads of, because with this obviously I had loads of little bits of color resin left over, so I've done like with the necklaces. So you got orange ones, green, like all the colors that I've done basically. So and stuff, and probably lost in amongst these somewhere. So I've got shitloads here, and all the cubes and stuff I do as well. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not finding it. So sorry, no, I'll try and find out for next time. And yeah. So it really does. I mean, it weighs an absolute ton on. Sorry, I'll see if there's any batteries in my actual scales because
It looks great. I want one.
no batteries aren't there. Yeah, no, I mean, oof, I'd be happy to do one. And like I say, if you're waiting until I've got cheaper resin, I might even do you one for free, if you know what I mean. As you
I
be
wouldn't want
co-host,
one that big though. I wouldn't want that
Oh.
one. I just want a little one.
You just want the tip,
Just the tip.
like that
Yeah.
kind of size.
Love the tip.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking hell. Should have known it as soon as I said it, shouldn't I? Bloody hell.
Yeah, about that size.
Yeah.
Just a little one.
Yeah, I'll definitely not, because like I say, when you're doing that size ones, I could knock ones out that size for a £5. Right, if I was going to sell them, obviously I'll do it to you for free. But yeah, I could not, because that's actually not a lot of resin. But when you're getting down and down and down in the layers,
of course, yeah, you can
like,
see how much it is.
I think I was using between 300 and 400 a layer after like the blue layer from the green layer down. It was absolutely loads. I had to use less in with the quartz than I did in with. I had to use a lot more resin in with the steel because there was a lot more area, whereas the quartz took up a lot more of the bulk, so I didn't have to put quite as much in with the quartz layers. But yeah, except it's a good one, and yeah, weighs a ton. Like I say, I mean, I'm very happy with it. Anyway, my mum loves it as well because I've been living it down in the front room on the windowsill. I figured spread it throughout the house, the positive energy, possibly. So, yeah.
I don't quite. I missed where you were talking about. I caught the comments of Jed saying something to you in a hangout about it's nice to know the origins, and I missed that stream. I don't know what I was doing, but I missed it. So I don't quite understand what it's supposed to do and what the different things mean, if that makes sense.
Well, with the orgonite, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, right, basically, my understanding of orgonite is all this stuff on the top is, as far as I'm concerned, addition. That's decoration. I mean, the quartz crystal could be something to it, but in the original orgonite design, all orgonite is inorganic, organic, inorganic, organic layers. So steel's the inorganic, the quartz is the organic.
Okay.
And it's I can't remember the guy's name, but yeah, he had all these devices and stuff, and he was making people better, and they were just feeling better. And well, not devices. It was like a box you sat in, and the boxes were layered. Inorganic, organic, inorganic, organic, and apparently it draws in the negative energy, pops it around a bit between the layers, and it transmutes it into the positive energy.
I got 2 triumphs.
Of orgonite. Yeah.
So is there a purpose for the copper being wrapped around the quartz?
The copper, that is pure decoration.
Okay.
The quartz has got nothing to do with the original design. That seems to be an addition. With the quartz, what's happening is you're bashing the negative energy up, and it's becoming positive energy. And when it hits this crystal, because it's inside of resin, it's being compacted, which makes, when crystals are crushed, that they create piezo energy or piezo energy, and that helps to force out the positive energy, like concentrate it, and yeah. So, and I'm not making these claims, like this is decoration, like if I was to sell it, like, but I've made it to the specifications of orgonite. So
okay.
And I've got to say, my internet has been messing up a bit. And one of the claims with this is it helps to block Wi-Fi radiation. So take from that what you will. But I've definitely had an issue since having this keeping my phone connected. I'm surprised we've gone clearly tonight.
Vlad said make it hollow next time.
Yeah, unfortunately you can't, because that's the whole point. You need the layers, and if you make it hollow, then you're not getting the layers because you've got a hollow section. So you're just getting an outside layer, which isn't a solid layer all the way through, which I think defeats the object. But because also with I won't just be making orgonite with these pyramids. Because what I will be doing, if I get like a, what would I want up here? That will do as a demonstration. If I get something like that, like a nice hollow like that, and what I'll do is I'll sit that down in the mold, obviously glue it around so it doesn't let the resin in, and then I'll be putting LED lights and stuff in, so night lights or whatever can with the hollow. Obviously then you've got for the hollow for the electrics and the lights.
If you drop that, would it break?
No, it'd put a dent in the laminate flooring or break my foot. You might scratch it a little bit.
So it's not like going to shatter?
No, not at all. It's basically plastic. That's what epoxy resin is. It becomes solid plastic, basically. So, yeah.
It's very cool.
I like it. My mum likes it. Yeah.
Oh my god!
How are we still going? I'm hoping this isn't eating into next month's. Right. Well, 10:30 I thought was pushing it for the time we had left.
Yeah, same. Make a good weapon if you're ever being robbed.
Yes,
this is the blunt object of my murder trial.
Because, yeah, any of those edges would penetrate the skull very easily. Any of them.
That sounds great. Yeah. Love me some skull penetration.
Yeah.
Oh, filth. It's all right. I have a child's mind. Don't worry about it.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Yeah. Apart from that, yeah. So yeah, like I said, I've been doing bits. But yeah, just not filming it.
Great.
Hmm.
I
should be filming it all as well.
No,
this is the thing. What? I'm skint this week, so I can't do anything this week. But next month, I'll pick up some tripods, and like I said, I've got my little camcorder and P900. I'll get set up with these tripods at different angles and stuff, so I can actually film stuff with decent quality and make nice short videos that people can just watch and go, okay, that was nice. He's put some half decent music there. At least I chilled for a minute.
Well, that's what so the basket that I've made, it's not going to have me talking on it at all. I'm not going to be explaining how I did it. I'm not going to have any words on the screen. It's just going to be, I think it was 6 or 7, 15 hours of footage and put it down to 17 minutes at the moment. I've got 2 hours left to edit and some pictures at the end. So it'll probably be about 24 minutes long. I think I might try and shorten it again, of me weaving this basket, and I'm just going to put some music in the background, and it's just going to be pretty chill. No.
I didn't like music a lot of the time because most of the time I'm just using the music that's like on video player or whatever, because I still haven't really ventured into the proper editing programs yet. So
I found a website called Ben Sound, which you'll see me crediting. Oh shit, I forgot to credit it the last video. I'll have to do that in a minute. As long as you credit them in your video, you can use the music, most of the music for free. Some of them you can buy the license for a couple of quid. So you just download the music and put that on as the backing track. So that's what mine is. I go through them and see which one sounds the most appropriate. I need to get a bandsaw so I can start making knuckle dusters and knives from the HDPE sheets I have from melted shopping bags and water jugs.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, Vlad. That was one of the projects I was going to be doing. If Madam's still in the chat, she'll be like, yeah, you bastard, you were going to build a shed from that stuff. Yeah, I was going to try and make a shed from that stuff, but it's a little bit harder to get the sheets to fuse after you've made them than I originally thought.
Blowtorch.
Yeah. Now, I will be making things with HDPE at some point as well. Even if it's because, like I said, I've got a forge out there that I'm going to start using. So, if anything, even I might just make handles for knives and such with it. So, yeah. Blowtorch. Well, actually, as well, that's what I could with HDPE as well. Resin doesn't stick to it, so I could make resin molds as well, melt them down, and at least like for easy shapes, not necessarily can't think of the word, more detailed shape.
Your
yes,
brain's
yeah,
not here today,
yes, Madam's like,
that stuff is fucking strong.
Yeah, no, it is, and there's a channel called, what was it? The channel got me into it. Precious Plastics. At least that's what the business was called. I'm not sure whether that was the channel, what it was called, but yeah, he's got all sorts of devices and stuff, molds he was making and doing all sorts. And yeah, they were making like big. I can't really show you in the screen, but imagine that like a lot longer planks and stuff. So you could do all sorts with it. I mean, I suppose I could. No, I couldn't, because I'd need all the machines that he's got to do it. Anyway, yeah, lots of things you can do with recycled plastic yourself. Because as long as you don't go above, I think it's 350, was safe Fahrenheit to be safe. But yeah, as long as you don't go above 350 Fahrenheit, you don't get any toxic fumes off it. So, yeah.
No blowtorch.
Blowtorch. So what blowtorch?
Last week you were on about bricks and a shed, and I was like, just use a blowtorch.
Yeah, that's right. To heat up a bit of metal to fuse the two bits together.
Fuse it.
Yeah. A great idea, but again, I'd still need some kind of mechanical device to be able to pull that bit of metal out from the two bits that it's warming up, because they'd have to be warmed up at the same time with the plate in the middle, and then pull that plate out and literally push together with hydraulic force to make them fuse strong enough.
Now, see, I just think 2 bits of metal, 2 blowtorch, metal both pieces, smush them together and stand on it.
Yeah, no.
Fine. Fine.
Because you'd need guides and stuff to keep it from smushing one way or the other, because you'd need it to stack on top. Honestly, it's so much harder than it appears so at first thought.
The Great Pyramid has 8 sides.
Yes, yeah, it does, because it's basically you've got the 4 sides, but in between each of the 4 sides, there's another angle in that as well, slight little angle in that, yeah.
No, not direct fire to the plastic. Direct fire to the metal.
The metal that you use to put in between the plastics to heat the plastics up. Yeah. This is the thing. I just can't think of a way of doing it anyway. Not for blowtorch. Maybe if you did have a heating pad that you had electronically heated, so you had 2 electrodes on it that evenly heated the pad, like I say, that you can pull it out. It's beyond me. It's beyond my doing.
No, it's not. Blowtorch. Yeah,
Right,
in the oven
actually,
at 200 is perfect.
looking at it, it's 11 o'clock. We've gone to our normal time. No one wanted to jump on.
That's fine. I'm
And
not upset by that.
I am. I'm extremely disappointed. I thought we'd
I
have
thought you guys
someone
loved
on,
us.
like, fill in all the gaps and everything and stop me having to talk and talk and talk. But no, you're all selfish.
No, fuck your fucking tiredness. It's your own fault for having no self-control. It would have to be in sheets, then bolted together. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really
Yeah,
work with heat and that stuff. Of like, I prefer to work with the organic and naturally organic, as in organic, not as in grown organically, as in natural matter. He didn't do much talking last night. He didn't, did he? He just sat there. To be fair, so did
Well,
I.
no, I was talking up until, like, for a good 2 hours. I was getting in there and having a good yap, and then after that, it's way too late for me anyway. But yeah, I was on the come down, like, because unfortunately, what I was doing last night doesn't last long, and I didn't have a lot. So I should have left an hour before I actually left, at least.
Well, I said to you before we went live that 20 minutes before D left, I'd already decided that I was going. I was just waiting for a moment of where everybody would stop talking so that I could say, right, guys, I'm going. Because I don't like to just dip off. So I was trying to wait for there to be like a kind of break in the conversation. And there just wasn't.
Yeah, no, you find that in more than 3 or 4 people on a hangout, you've just got to force your way in if you've got something you've got to say. Yeah. And it does seem rude at times, but sometimes it's the only way.
Right. Well, thank you guys. Have a great evening, good week, and we'll see you next week. Yeah. Well, I'll be here in the week on my channel. This one. There you go.
Yeah. I may go live as well on Eternal Padawan at some point. We'll see.
Possible. I lost my glue sticks, so I was hoping to get the video out tomorrow, but I've got to wait for. I can't find them anywhere, so I've got to wait for them to be new glue sticks. Maybe new glue sticks to be delivered, and then I can finish my video. So probably Thursday.
That's all right then. And if you haven't already, guys, click on Cake's Tries there in the chat. Go and give her a sub because she's putting content out now. So
she is. She's doing
you don't want to
things.
miss it.
She's gardening, doing things with her hands. Not sexual. That's
it's only you that thought that anyway.
Probably.
I'm sure all our audience is perfectly clean-minded individuals.
Thanks, madam. Awesome. Well, you guys have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Be good.
Yes,
Don't
we
die.
will. Thank you so much, guys. Catch you
Thank
next
you.
time.
Bye.